Let's be real. The whole idea of a job for life feels like something from a history book, right? Today's career path is less like a ladder and more like a crazy jungle gym. So how do you navigate it all? How do you not just survive, but actually thrive? Well, we're going to get right into it and break down a powerful 5-step framework that puts you, yes you, firmly in the driver's seat of your own professional growth. This quote from David Meganson and Vivian Whitaker just hits the nail on the head. The old safety nets, they're gone. Real security, the kind that actually lasts, isn't about the company logo on your business card. It's about what you can do. It's all about the skills, the knowledge, the experience, the toolkit you build for yourself.
Oof, that's a big question, isn't it? But it's honestly one we all have to ask ourselves. Think about it. Are the skills that got you your job today the same skills that are going to land you your next one, or the one after that? Probably not. And that's exactly why taking control is so crucial. Okay, so if the problem is that external job security is fading, then the solution has to building up your internal strength. And the best toolkit I know for doing that is something called Continuous Professional Development, or CPD for short. Let's unpack what that really means.
Now, don't let the formal definition fool you. This isn't about getting assigned extra homework by your boss. It's really a mindset shift. It's about being proactive instead of reactive. It's a way to systematically look at where you are, renew your skills, and really stretch your abilities. Think of it as the engine that keeps your career moving forward, so you never, ever stall out.
The absolute biggest idea here is ownership. This isn't someone else's plan for you. Like the slide says, you are in control. It's a continuous thing, not a one-and-done course you take. You decide what you need to learn, and you start to see learning as just a natural part of your work, not some extra chore you have to do. All right, this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? Well, the good news is there's a clear, repeatable process. Let's walk through this 5-stage growth cycle right now. And here it is. Analyze, plan, implement, monitor, and evaluate. This cycle is your roadmap. It takes this huge, kind of intimidating idea of career development and breaks it down into 5 manageable steps. And here's the key. It's not a straight line. It's a loop. Once you get to evaluate, you use what you've learned to start the analysis all over again, because growth never really stops, right?
So let's get practical. We're going to dive into the cycle and see how it works, starting with that all-important first step, analysis. You know, you can't really map out a journey if you don't know where you're starting from. That's what stage 1 is all about. It's time for some honest self-assessment, getting a really clear picture of what skills you have right now and what gaps you need to fill.
And a fantastic tool for this is the personal SWOT analysis, just like you see here. You look inward, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses? Then you look outward, what opportunities are out there, and what threats, what barriers might get in your way. This simple little 4-box grid gives you a surprisingly powerful map of your entire career landscape.
So once you've done that analysis, it's time to build a plan. This is where you take all those insights from your SWOT and you turn them into actual, concrete goals. This is where you figure out what you need to learn, maybe it's getting better at data analysis, and just as importantly, how you're going to learn it.
And that how is super flexible. You don't have to quit your job and go back to school for 4 years. Your plan could be anything from watching online tutorials to shadowing a colleague you admire, or even just joining a professional group. The whole point is to pick the methods that actually work for you. All right, stage 3 is go time. This is where you take that plan and put it into motion. And a huge part of making it work is getting the right support. One of the most powerful ways to do that is through mentoring. But mentoring isn't just one thing. It can actually look a few different ways.
First up, you've got the coaching style. This is really hands-on. A coach is someone who will literally show you how to do something, walking you through it step by step. Imagine a senior colleague showing you a killer shortcut in a piece of software. That's coaching.
Then there's the counseling style. This is less about showing you what to do and more about just listening. A mentor in this mode is a sounding board. They help you talk through a problem so you can analyze your own decisions and find your own answers. It's less, do this, and more, let's explore this. You've also got the networking style. Here, your mentor is a connector. They're the person who says, you know who you really need to talk to about this? Let me introduce you. They're building a bridge from you to the people or resources you need to succeed.
Next is the guiding style. This one's more direct. It's where a mentor draws on their own experience to give you specific, actionable advice.
It's like getting a shortcut from someone who's already walked the path and can say, trust me, you're going to want to avoid this pitfall. And finally, you get to what you might call true mentoring. A really great mentor isn't just one of these things. They're all of them. They know exactly when to be a coach, when to be a counselor, when to be a networker, and when to be a guide. They shift between all these styles to give you exactly what you need, right when you need it.
Now, as you're putting your plan into action, you have to remember to pause and check in with yourself. That's stage 4, monitor. Are you still on track? Is this actually working? This isn't about judging yourself. It's just a quick course correction, a moment to adjust your sails and make sure you're still heading in the right direction.
And that brings us to the final stage, evaluate. After you've completed a learning activity, it's time to step back and look at the results. Did you actually achieve your goal? What was the real impact on your skills and on your career? And this slide makes a really important point. There are 2 ways to evaluate. There's formative evaluation, which happens during the process. The question there is, how can I make this better as I go? And then there's summative evaluation, which happens after the fact. That's when you ask, okay, did this actually work? You really need both to make sure you're learning as much as possible.
So we've walked through the whole 5-stage cycle. And I know it might seem like a bit of work, but trust me, the payoff's absolutely enormous. Let's wrap up by looking at why this all matters so much.
For you personally, the benefits are huge. You keep your skills fresh, you build real confidence in your abilities, and you open doors to new opportunities you might not have even seen before. But it's not just good for you. It's great for employers, too. It leads to a smarter, more motivated, and more effective team. It is a genuine win-win.
So this framework, it isn't just theory. It's a call to action. So I'll leave you with this one final thought. Thinking about everything we've covered, what is the one skill that you can start developing, even in a small way, this week? What's that first step you can take? Thanks for joining me.